Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy, the Mad Kygo, and up here today, what I thought I would do is do a bit of a video showing off some of the stuff that I'm currently in the process of trying to get rid of. So if you are, interested in taking any of this stuff here today, just feel free to either leave a comment below or send me a message on Twitter and Instagram at the Mad Kygo, or just check out the eBay store. I think I do have a link in the description. I think it's also on my actual YouTube channel description. You should be able to find the link to the channel. This isn't everything. I've also got another shelf over there which I might do a video on maybe later on this week. Got a bit of a busy week next week. I've got to go out places next week, so but anyway, let's just go into it. Like I said, if you're interested, just feel free to hit me a message or anything. Otherwise, just feel free to look on the eBay store. Again, the reason I'm getting rid of these sort of things is because it's either A, something I can't see myself rewatching, B, it's something I've started watching elsewhere, or just C, maybe it's because I just trying to thin down the collection. Both bookcases are somewhat pretty much full now. I mean, there's still plenty of space for me to add stuff onto, but ideally, how much things can I watch? And because I've got all these streaming services and I pay for those streaming services, I'm more inclined to watch things on there. I'm always going to have Blu-rays and DVDs because obviously it's nice to have the mix of both. In my opinion, I'm the sort of best of both worlds, because if the internet's not working or something, but anyway, I'll start off with the first one, which is the Porky's 2 film collection. I watched the first one the other day, which I thought was really fun, really raunchy, very of its time. Some good coming of age stuff in there. I'm going to watch the second one tonight, so but I just don't think I'll see myself rewatching these. But I know these have both got Blu-ray releases, so this is probably one that I'm going to get rid of because I'll probably upgrade it further down the line if I do want to rewatch them. But this movie reminds me of, at least the first one reminds me of like Happy Days meets American Pie. Of course, it come out long before American Pie. Some would call this the original American Pie. The sort of concept anyway, the whole sex comedy sort of thing. But for me, I just thought this movie, the first one was a lot of fun, some good funny moments. I've heard the second one isn't as good. I've heard the third one is better. But we'll see. We'll see when I watch it tonight. So up next, we are also selling the 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps, series 1 through to 7. Main reason I'm getting rid of this because they've been added to both BritBox and also I think they're also on BBC iPlayer. And with TV shows, I tend to watch TV shows on streaming services, mainly because it's easier for me. It means I don't have to like fast forward, and or I can watch them in multiple places. I can watch it on my TV at night, but if I do want to watch some episodes during the day and I'm downstairs, I can watch either on the TV downstairs, watch it on my phone, and so on. I don't have to be stuck watching them. Plus, if I fall asleep with the DVD player on, it will just stay on all night. Whereas if I fall asleep, watching a TV show at night, my TV will just turn itself off after a certain amount of time anyway. And the same with it will only show a certain amount of episodes. But again, this was a show that I remember watching growing up. It's been a long time since I've watched it. British comedy. I've heard, it is a pretty fun show. BBC originally, so there's 7 seasons here. If I'm showing them like this, that's because this is how I've got them bundled up on eBay. If you want them individually, just let me know. But I prefer to do them as they are on eBay. But like I said, this isn't a selling video per se, but if you do want to buy them from me directly, without going through eBay, just let me know. Then we have Paranormal Activity 1 to 4 on Blu-ray. I know these have also got a complete collection limited edition collector's edition on Blu-ray as well, which was released earlier this year. Honestly, I think there are also a bunch of them are on Sky Movies and Paramount and stuff like that, so most of them are easy to find on to watch. TV just turned itself on. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, these movies, like for the first time watch, you think, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. You know, for the time they were pretty cool, but now found footage movies are so overused. You know, it's like the Blair Witch Project. You know, at the time people thought it was amazing, something really different. But honestly, he says one of the scariest films of all time. No, it is. I'd say these movies are scary if you're not a horror fan. If you're a fan of horror, probably not going to be scared by them because they're very, you know, cliche. I mean, yeah, the whole concept of not being able to see the monster or demon, whatever, is kind of scary in its own right, but I don't know. Let me know in comments below, do you like Paranormal Activity? I personally prefer the movie Grave Encounters over any Paranormal Activity movie. Second one, not so much, but the first one is great. But these ones, there's 4 here, so if you're interested. Then we've got a bunch of like what I would class as children's Blu-rays. So Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp. I've never seen this movie. I don't think it's something that would probably interest me. It's kind of like a, you know, like a vampire thing. But to me, I'm not really into these Twilight-esque vampires, you know, comedy and stuff like that, you know. So, Sorcerer's Apprentice, Nicolas Cage. Again, this is a Disney film, so this is on Disney Plus, I believe. Probably isn't really something for me. Cars 2, probably my least favourite of the Cars franchise. The first one I love. The third one I thought was pretty good. Second one I just thought was... I didn't hate it, but I just didn't really enjoy it as much as the first one. The first Cars movie is probably in my top 5 Pixar movies. Let me know your favourite Pixar movie. But yeah, so Cars 2, it is on Disney Plus as well. Despicable Me 2, which is still sealed, and it does include 3 mini-movies. I think I've seen Minions, or either Minions or Despicable Me 1, one of them, and I could not stand it. I really don't get why this is so big. I mean, with kids, yeah, fine, but even adults love these movies and go around dressing up as them, and I just... You know, if you're one of those people, then fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But for me personally, I think there's just so much better, you know, animated features out there. I mean, the one that I grew up with, obviously, was Shrek. I think Shrek is probably one of the all-time greatest animated, 3D animated films anyway. Not so much 2D animated, but I could not really recommend these for myself, you know. And then we have Alice in Wonderland, the Johnny Depp version. I've not seen any version of Alice in Wonderland, but I actually have seen on CEX, they actually do have a couple of the darker versions of Alice in Wonderland type films, so that'd be interesting to check those out. Johnny Depp, I like Johnny Depp as an actor, don't get me wrong, but Tim Burton, I don't know, I mean, he's got a unique style, but I'm not really a big fan of his stuff, to be honest. Then we got this double pack with Cave Girl and Witchcraft 2. I think this is somewhat out of print, hard to find. You know, these double packs and stuff like that. The prices range on some of them, you know, they go really cheap. Other ones on eBay. You know, I try to price things on eBay a little bit lower than what other people are selling for. So if someone was selling average of like anywhere from £10 to £15, you know, I'd probably go around about £11, you know, just so I've got enough profit, but also not overusing and stuff like that. But yeah. Then we got the IT Crowd version 1 to 4. Again, I've never watched this show. I might have seen clips of it here and there. I think it's available on all 4 and some other streaming services. So if I do want to get round to watching it, you know, that's not to say that I don't have the TV shows on DVD. If they're not available on anything and I want to watch them, then yeah, you know. I've got 2 steelbooks for WWE Royal Rumble 2009 and SummerSlam 2010. Honestly, I don't really care about steelbooks. I know some people collect steelbooks like anything. I just don't really see the point of steelbooks, in my opinion. Sometimes they have good artwork, but in my opinion, it's one of them things. You either love them or you just don't care about them, and I'm in the latter. But again, there's no point in me really having WWE stuff because WWE Network has pretty much everything, at least here in the UK. I know in the US it's a bit more censored, but in the UK we're quite lucky actually. I've also got Happy Days season 5 and season 6, which is still sealed. I did have seasons 1 to 4. I think I sold maybe one of them. I've also got a bunch of stuff in the cupboard as well, which I do need to go through. But for now, I'm focusing on stuff that's on the shelf, on the bookcases at the moment, trying to thin down the collection to maybe make room later on. Again, I've watched seasons 1 to 4 so far. I haven't started season 5 yet. You know, I'm debating on whether to keep these or get rid of them. Again, I enjoyed them for what they were, but to be honest, I sort of got a bit burnt out on them. You know, great show. I just think eventually we will get these on Paramount Plus, because they're owned by Paramount. I just think we will get them on Paramount Plus. I hope we do anyway, because it's an all-time classic TV show. A sealed copy of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I think is the 2003 one, I think. I could be wrong. I remember watching this film. I remember it being somewhat decent for the time. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to me, like, there's somewhat good ones and there's some bad ones. Then we got Career Girls. Again, it's probably not really my sort of thing. It's got this weird, that's how the back is. I don't understand why companies think that's a good idea. Again, I don't know. This does have a short film as well included on here. It's a relationship comedy film, I'm guessing. I'm not too sure how much, if I'd enjoy it. It's still sealed. Chocolat, which I think is another romance with some comedy aspect into it. Not really into romance films. The Dukes of Hazzard, the Johnny Knoxville film. Again, I don't know. I never watched the original show, so I don't really have any expectations. Blue Jasmine, again, another one that I don't really know too much about. It's from Woody Allen. So I'm guessing it's going to be one of them, you know, romance-esque movies, you know, what you would expect of Woody Allen, I'm guessing. Hangover Part 2. I think the first one, a lot of people go on like The Hangover is like the best comedy film of all time. It really isn't. I mean, the first one was good, don't get me wrong. I haven't seen any of the sequels. But I remember the first one being fun, but a lot of people consider it like be one of the best films of all time. No, I think it's just, it is decent for a comedy film, but I don't know, maybe I'm a bit of a traditionalist. I prefer comedy, older stuff, but yeah. Then we have Not Going Out, series 1 to 5. Again, I think I've got some of these from boxes and stuff like that. To be honest, I think this is on BBC iPlayer and maybe BritBox and stuff. But looking at this, I don't know. I like British comedy and stuff like that, so I'll have to check it out on BritBox or something. Then we've got some more WWE pay-per-view stuff. We've got Judgment Day 2006. Again, Unforgiven 2008 with Batista on there. I know some of these, the reasons, the DVDs sometimes have some behind-the-scenes stuff and extra stuff on them. But again, I'm really not too bothered about all that. Again, the Money in the Bank 2011, of course, the John Cena CM Punk match. That match will always go down as one of the greatest of modern pre-2010 stuff. Judgment Day 2009. How ironic that Edge, with the face of Judgment Day, and Elimination Chamber's on tonight. Let me know you watching it. I'm gonna probably watch it tomorrow night, just because I can't stay up that late. Not because I can't stay up that late, but physically I don't think I'll be able to stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning. But I will probably watch it tomorrow. I'm gonna try and keep up to date with WWE modern pay-per-views. I think that's what I'm gonna do this year, is watch every pay-per-view, maybe the day after it's been on. And try and keep up to date with it. I do need to watch the shows as well, but again, I don't know. Then we got The Flash, which is the 90s series. I don't know, yeah, so 22 episode live action series. This is a US release, but it doesn't say if it's region 1. It doesn't actually say, so I assume it's a region 3 release. I just don't know if I'll ever get round to watching this. I've seen it, I picked this up quite cheap actually, but I've seen it selling on eBay for average of around about 20 quid, which isn't too bad. All of this stuff is up on eBay, like I said. Then we've got Homeland Series 1 and 2. Honestly, I'm not really big into dramas, especially CSI, those sort of type films, because there's so many police and military dramas, and there's so many, it's unbelievable. But I let me know which one I should check out. Obviously NCIS, CIS, CSI and all of that, there's so many versions, but let me know which one you would recommend that I check out. But again, there's so many, I just wouldn't know which ones are good, which ones are bad. Then we got Girls seasons 1 to 4, which I think is sort of like kind of like a more modernized version of Sex in the City, but this was recently added to Sky, so I'll be able to check it out on Sky. And plus, another reason a lot of people say, well, why get rid of it just because it's on Sky? If I'm watching it on Sky, it's in 4K Ultra HD, and sometimes 4K Ultra HD. Sometimes it's normal HD, but it's still better looking than the DVD version. A couple more wrestling stuff here. We've got the Beast in the East, but this does say it's got some 2 exclusive pre-show matches. Exclusive. This is where they went to Japan back in 2015. Payback 2015, of course, the Fatal 4-Way during the Seth Rollins Authority era, which I actually enjoyed that. I watched it back in those time, and I enjoyed it back then. The Elimination Chamber 2015. On average, these go for about £3 to £4 each. So the 2012 Elimination Chamber. Some of WWE stuff is worth a bit more money. I don't have any of the expensive stuff, unfortunately. Idiocracy, which ironically does not have a Blu-ray release. Last time I checked, this was on Disney Plus, but I'll have to double check if it still is, because if it isn't, then I might actually keep this, because I love this film. It's basically where they go to this future where everyone's stupid. I love this film. I think I did a review on it before. I might have, but I love this film. The only reason I'm getting rid of it is because I don't even know why I'm getting rid of it. But this is averaging around about £5 to £6, so more than what I paid for it. The King's Speech, I've got multiple copies of this. This one's still sealed. So then we've got The Social Network. Again, I'm really not into biopics and those sort of things. I did see something interesting. They're doing a film based on Tetris, because apparently it's got all this espionage and behind the scenes stuff that happened during the development of Tetris. Because I know the original Tetris was a Russian game, and it came out during that Cold War period. But I thought that was kind of interesting. I would have thought, who the hell would have made a film on Tetris? But that looked kind of interesting. A Woman of Substance. Again, I'm really not into romance films, and especially period dramas. Again, not really my sort of thing. Same with The Painted Veil. Some of these movies might be really good, don't get me wrong, it's just not really my sort of thing. And Becoming Jane, which I believe is based on a book, Jane Austen. No, this is based on the character of Jane Austen, I think, a person. Prince and the Pauper, with the Sprouse brothers, Zack and Cody, of course. Again, this is probably on Disney Plus, but this is probably a bit too young for my liking. I enjoyed the Zack and Cody show, don't get me wrong, I used to love watching that back in the day. The Velveteen Rabbit, which is still sealed, Christmas film, looks like it's a live action with some animated stuff in there. The Railway Children, which my mate actually told me they did a new version of this, or a sequel, and he said it was terrible. I've never watched the original, so I don't know, but apparently the new one is terrible. March of the Penguins, again, do you know, wow, that's so weird. That is absolutely so weird. So this actually had, one of the special features is classic Looney Tunes cartoon 8-Ball Bunny. Who released this? Was this from Warner Brothers? Okay, I've never ever seen that. Maybe it's because in that one there's some 8-Ball Bunny. No, I'm sure that's the one where he plays Paul and that. Unless it is the one with the penguin, I don't know. But why would they put a Looney Tunes cartoon in a film about penguins? That's so weird. I didn't even notice that. I'll have to look it up because I've definitely seen that one, but I can't remember what it is. But why would they do that? That's so weird. The Vampire Assistant, again, this just looks like something that probably isn't really my sort of thing. And then the last lot here, like I said, I have got a bunch more on the other shelf, which I'll probably show off in another video. Night of the Dead, I think I watched this on Amazon Prime a while ago, and it was absolutely terrible. But maybe you're interested in it. Dusk Till Dawn 2. I don't have any of the other Dusk Till Dawn movies, but I think this is also on some streaming services. Resident Evil Degeneration, which is really good. I really enjoyed the animated stuff. This has got a blooper reel. How can you have a blooper reel for a cartoon film? That'd be interesting. Maybe it's behind the scenes stuff. I don't know. Doom, which it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, but I remember actually enjoying it back in the day. Again, if you want to play the best version of Doom, just play the game. We've got this Super Showdown Smash TV, Smash Wrestling, Super Showdown 6 from Smash Wrestling. That's how the DVD is, so it does look a bit weird, but that's what it is. If you're into sort of indie wrestling stuff, I think I can watch this on Impact Plus. Then we got this 200 cartoons collection. The main reason I'm getting rid of this one is because I have the one with 600 cartoons. This is just a bunch of like public domain cartoons, like 30s and 40s, like Popeye, Betty Boop, some Three Stooges, Mighty Mouse, that sort of stuff. I think most of them are public domain cartoons, but still, if you're into that sort of stuff, check it out. This might be interesting. But I've got the one with 600 on there, so sealed copy of Out of Africa, which I believe was a Coronation Street, I want to say movie or episode, by the looks of it, a movie based in Coronation Street. I don't know if this ever came out on TV. I'm not into those sort of shows, but I know a lot of people like those sort of things. This is Spinal Tap. I love this. I've seen it a long time ago. It's hilarious. Still sealed. I do need to get the Blu-ray back. But I'm sure this was added to, I want to say BritBox, not long ago. Then we've got the original, The Office, the British one. I've got so many versions of this, so this has got season 1, 2, and the Christmas specials. A still sealed copy of Elvis. I'm debating on whether to get rid of this after I've watched it, because I do want to watch it, but I know it'll probably come out to Sky Movies in the next couple of months, because that's how it works here in the UK. It's cinema, then, well, for blockbuster movies, it's cinema, then Sky Store and like digital stores like Amazon, Sky Store. Then the physical version comes out, and then maybe about a year later or so, we get the it goes to Sky Movies and then like Netflix and stuff like that. So, but I do want to watch this film. I'm just debating on, because I know I can get about this is still going for about 20 quid new on like Amazon and stuff. So I'm asking for about £15 for this, plus shipping, which is only about £1 here in the UK, maybe £2. And then last, we've got this For Your Consideration. I did have another one which I actually sold, so I managed to sell the Studio Canal one. The only problem is this has got some cracks on it, but this is the Pathé one, and it comes like that with 4 movies on here. But I know there are, this is sort of some people really like these screener things, so yeah. So there we go, guys. I thought I'd do that. If you are interested in anything here, just feel free to leave a comment below. When I do the next one, I'm actually going to choose one random item out of all of these things. I'm going to do the next one maybe tomorrow with the rest of the stuff. And I'm going to choose one random item and I'm going to do a giveaway. So I'll probably do that tomorrow. And then obviously I'll give you the terms and conditions of the giveaway. Just so you know, it will be UK only. If you're in other countries, I can't afford the shipping, unfortunately. UK is not too bad because it's a max of maybe like £3, depending on the size of the thing that I'm going to do a giveaway of. But, you know, I'm going to choose something random out of all of these things. And don't worry, it's not going to be like something really common like The Hangover 2. I'll probably choose something that's a little bit different. I am debating on maybe this one. I am debating on this one because, again, the prices on this one is unknown. I don't really see many of these come up. It's not out of print or it's not too rare, but it's not common. CEX sell it cheap, but they never have it in stock. So, and as always, guys, if you enjoyed this, feel free to leave a like. Let me know if you wanted me to do more of these sort of what I'm getting rid of videos and stuff like that. Again, all of this stuff is up on eBay. You can feel free to go to my channel, and the description is there if you just want to pay for stuff through eBay. If not, just feel free to leave a message me. Let me know if you are interested in anything. I'll do you a better deal through PayPal, through that sort of thing. And again, if not, just hope you enjoyed these videos, and I'll see you possibly tomorrow with the next part and the terms and conditions and what I'm doing the giveaway for. And as always, guys, have a nice day. Subscribe if you haven't already, and see you next time.